real estate in Lagos State is a money laundering industry, right? But what if you are wrong? Because the houses they sold 3 years ago, 300 million, 400 million, they are now selling for 1 point something billion, 2 point something billion. If it is a money laundering industry, the economy would have corrected itself. The prices would have corrected, like it would have gone back to the original price. But no, it is increasing. Forget that the economy is tanking. If we do get leadership right and we elect a leader that makes the economy to work, make the country to work, trust me, all these houses you are seeing, their prices will skyrocket. Their prices will skyrocket. So what do you have to do now? You have to start small, start from the beginning. The little amount you can see right now, the prices, Lagosians have been priced out of the lands in Lagos, the properties in Lagos. The next investment is Ogun State, Oyo State, Asaba, Anambra, Enugu, and co. So why don't you go to where it's affordable for you at your level for now? Because in a couple of years time, Nigeria's economy will be held by just 4 pillars: the banking, the oil and gas, the trading, and real estate. Now the banking has already been occupied by the Tonomelus, the AIGs, the Wigways type of CEOs. They've already occupied the space. It's very, very, very difficult now for you to come in, because the startup capital of banking now has been raised to 500 billion. How many Nigerians have even 500,000 in their account? No. So that industry is now closed. The oil industry is also closed, because the $100, the Dangotes, and co, all these, the oil people, they've raised the bar so high now that it's very difficult for a common man to step in. The trading, yes, there's opportunity in the trading. Anybody can start up, sell, buy, but to be honest, you can't beat the big boys. You can't beat the people like the Koschari's and the Razak, the Eleganza. So what is the industry that people can still come in, the normal man can still come in? It is real estate. So if you don't invest today and we get leadership right, trust me, the houses you are seeing today that are 50 million, Ajegule rose from 15 million, 10 million, 15 million, all the way to 50 million. Now houses in Ajegule is 50 million. Houses in Mushi now, they are about 70 million, 80 million. In Mushi, you know Mushi, you heard the story, you know Ajegule, you know how the story about Ajegule. So why don't you start now that you can still get land for 800,000, 1 million in places like Owode, in places like Ekpe Border, in places like Ijebu Ode, in places like Ibadan, in places like Asaba, in places like Mbaku, in places like Port Harcourt, Eneche. So don't allow people to put bad words into your ear that real estate is money laundering, therefore you cannot come in, that you will regret, your hand will be burnt. Your hand will be burnt. Why? Because 2 things you need to do is that you need to do due diligence before you purchase, and after you purchase, you need to perfect your title and take possession. So before due diligence, after perfection of title, and possession of land or property, as the case may be. I'll talk about it in another video. So don't let anybody put evil thoughts or discouragement in, because you will regret it. And those people might be secretly buying properties. They will be secretly buying houses, lands, and they'll be telling you if that thing is money laundering. How can a house be sold for 1 billion in yes? there are things like that going on, we don't know. But will you now place the bet on one or two elements when there is 100 others? There was a story I want to talk. My mother was advising my primary school principal that why not you buy this place your school is. He was not like, no, I cannot, I want to pay for government approve, I want to pay for buy this place. That property was being sold for 300,000 then, 300,000 naira. Now that same property is worth 55 million. 300,000. This was as far back as 1999, 2000. My mother was telling him, buy this place that you are. The owner of the property was telling him, okay, pay me half, later you complete it. He was not like, no, I'm not looking at buying a property there. I want to do government approve, then I will now settle and then know what to do next. He refused to buy it. The man sold it to somebody, then the person sold it to another person, so it moved on twice. And guess what? The person that sold it the second time, from 300,000 to 5 million. 5 million now is 55 million. You see the jump. So forget it. As things are going further, as the year is counting, the value of whatever property you are sitting on is increasing. So number one thing, invest where you think if you want to do commercial, if you want to do residential, if you want to build for yourself, or you want to build so that you rent out, do your due diligence before you invest, so that you will not regret. You will not be saying, I regret ever putting my hand in real estate or buying property for rent. You bought property for rent in a place where people buy to live, family homes, single family homes. You want to go and buy it, you want to now put it for rent. Whereas there are residential places where you buy and you rent it out to people that go to work, there are some places that is people that are living there, they enter there, sleep, go to work. So do your due diligence. Then after you buy, you perfect your title and you possess your land or your property. So don't listen to real estate is a money laundering. Real estate is not money laundering all the time. Thank you. I'm Kenneth Emmanuel.